You know who removed them?
They removed what?
80% of the projects that I lobbied into the 2025 budgets were removed. Some of them actually are still suppressed.
By who?
You know who?
I don't know. Did you remove it by yourself?
He removed it.
Who?
He removed it. He removed many projects and he suppressed some. And there's one which I will not let slide by because it was actually tendered on the national tender papers last year, December. 2 projects which are one, the Robotic and Artificial Intelligence Center in Federal College of Education, Okene. That was actually tendered last year, December last year. Till today, there's not been awarded because it's been suppressed. And then there's a Mechatronic Center also in the Technical College of Buruki that's actually been suppressed. But I will not let these 2 die. Scared of who?
Yahaya Bello.
No.
That's your nightmare, political nightmare.
It's not my nightmare, rather I'm his nightmare.
Really? You could be up against Yahaya Bello. It's tough like that politically.
He was a sitting governor. He wielded all the powers at his disposal against me. And yet I defeated him. As a matter of fact, I won all the 5 local governments.
Are you beautiful on the inside?
I think I am.
Just stuff like that. A lot of people think that you couldn't have gone this far, politically speaking. If you can't be this pretty on the inside, you have to be tough.
I would say I'm good inside. I'm a kind person, but I'm also tough, very tough. And it's not as if I nurtured the tough side. I think I was just born as who I am. My mom Ukrainian, my dad Nigerian, Ibira at that. So there's this thing about, I think the ethnic, or should I say the cultural perspective that nurtured me from birth, because I grew up in the village. So everyone is very assertive. An average Ibira person is assertive. We don't like to be cheated. We fight for our rights.
I see the way you're politically describing it. They say Ibira people are tough like that.
Yeah, that's how we're not like tough. We're aggressive. No, we're not aggressive. We're assertive.
Yeah.
An Ibira person, and we're very assertive. We don't like being cheated. We are very outspoken, and I'm very hardworking. So a combination of this might almost seem as if we're unruly and problematic always. So I grew up in that environment.
So an Ibira person is the person you don't want to fight.
Oh no, you wouldn't want to fight or cross paths negatively with that person. But we're very accommodating actually. We're hospitable. We don't go out of our way to fight our neighbors. No, we don't. We don't. It's just maybe recently we started having some political tussles with the Igalas. Normally we're quite conservative. If we had the American kind of political parties here, like Republican Democrats, we would have been typical Republicans. Conservative, hardworking, assertive, minding our business, very traditionally rooted in our culture and societal norms. Yeah. So that makes me anyway. If you want to know who Natasha is, that makes me.
So you dear Natasha, you see the other side of it, or do you see dear an Ibira man, Ibira woman?
Not like we dare. It's not as if at the first instance we fight. No, we also give a very long rope. I'm telling honestly, before you see anything,
you don't look like honestly, that.
No,
I followed your political trajectory. When a man takes a fight to you, you take the fight back. You've shown it.
At the end of the long stretch, we do. But at the first time, we do give room for negotiations. Like, let's take a few of the scenarios. Let's look at, the most recent election, which is the incident which attracted a lot of attention, which is the cutting of the road, right? That road that I videoed, that went viral, was actually the 4th road that was cut. There were actually 5 roads in total that were destroyed a day before my elections. And the destruction
of under the past governor?
Yes, Governor Yahaya Bello. Yes, I mean, he was on your station. He admitted, he didn't deny doing that. So the road, they started cutting the roads at 11 p.m., okay? 2 days before. They cut the first road at 11 p.m. and then at 1 a.m. we kept on getting information and it kept on getting closer and closer. So at the time I made that video, they had gotten to the 4th road, which was just beside my house. So I had to drive out and stop them, but then they had already done the damage. And after that, they still proceeded to the 5th road. So it's not as if the moment an attack starts or something negative comes, I just run and confront. No, we don't just confront, but we can try to. In between then, I had spoken to the IG of police. I had spoken to a number of security officers, and then I saw that there was no help coming. It was almost like, hey, save yourself, this is election season, and that's it. So it's not as if at the first instance, bam, you hit, I respond. No, that's not it. But the moment I say no and I take a step to fight for myself or stand up for myself, no, you don't want to meet me. And that's how I've been, even when I was in the corporate field. You know, I used to be in Brass LNG. I was a legal counsel then. So at any negotiations, I found myself either selling contracts on behalf of the company. I always win on the negotiation table. So
you are one of the most searched Nigerians on Google in 2025. How would you react to such kind of publicity?
How am I supposed to react? I mean, how did I react? I mean, fame isn't strange to me. Neither does fame define me. So when that news broke up, it was almost like, okay, that's nice, but I moved on to the next. Remember, that news broke out a few days before my birthday, and I already had a whole lot planned up. So I was at the time where I was working with my team day in, day out, even sometimes into the night. So when that news, it was nice, but it wasn't such, I don't know, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't shocked. And like I said, I wasn't so much in awe of that news, but it was cool. It was good to be recognized by Google. It was good to be searched by Nigerians, and especially the fact that it all amounted to something good. It would have been, I think, really bad if I emerged as the most searched person for something bad. But when I saw the line of...
The circumstance also is a controversial one.
Yeah, but I always believe also that how do you put it? No publicity is really bad publicity if you know how to take advantage of it.
Did you take advantage of that situation?
I took advantage of telling my story and showcasing who I am. Remember, in the midst of my suspension, I didn't stop working. I said, okay, I knew the attention was on me, the spotlight was on me, and that was a moment for me to show Nigerians who I was. That was a moment to show the world, and especially in Africa, that women can lead. That was a moment to show that, look, against all the noise that didn't define who I was as a person, I had some good in me, and I was a leader, and that I was not going to allow my constituents to suffer.
Why actress Doris Ogala publicly called you out on Instagram? Did you see it? Claiming she has documented evidence, including voice recordings, account numbers, and money transfers, details as part of her proof against you. How do you respond to her statement?
Number one, I don't know Doris Ogala.
You don't know her?
I don't know
so
Doris Ogala.
That means you've not seen the call out on Instagram.
I saw that, but I don't know her in person.
But
and I'm asking her, please. People have asked me, Natasha, you know what? Sue her, call her for this. I'm like, you know one thing? I know people like that. I mean, Reno Moke played that card as well. I know I'm old enough in politics to know when people try to chase clout and seek relevance unnecessarily. So I'm challenging her to publish whatever it is that she has. Our conversations, our interactions, our meetings, whatever it is. Let her go ahead.
So, Gospel Akpabio owes your husband a favor. Senator Akpabio has always had his eyes on you. So you were not the only one. Your governorship ambition is still intact.
Which governorship?
2027.
Did I ever
Natasha
mention that?
Governor.
Sheon Kimberly, would you stop putting me on the spot? I'm not going to respond to that. I know what you're doing. You're up your silly tricks again.
But I mean, you know I have my ears to the ground.
Well, I don't know where they tap from, but for now, I haven't even decided whether I'm going to contest for the Senate 2027.
You may be the very first female governor of Kogi State. You see that possibility happening?
Sheon, I live for the moment. I am not even promised tomorrow. But if by chance I live to experience the 2027 election, I may vie for the Senate again. That is what I am currently in conversation with my political party. And it is not yet certain because I first have to get the buy-in of my husband and my family. But if by chance he says, go ahead, contest, then I will take that step. As for the governorship, 2027, I do not know, and I would not like to speak on that.
Why are you making it look like you've wanted to be governor before? So wanted to be governor wouldn't be straight to you. That's one thing that you have the ambition, except if you've killed it.
Sure. Why am I even in politics in the first place? It's just to make impact. And I've been in the Senate for the past 2 years. And trust me, it hasn't been rosy. It hasn't been easy. I haven't had a month without me watching my back or sleeping with one eye open. I haven't had 1 month rest. So I'm also having conversations with my family that, you know one thing, is it worth it? On the other hand, my husband tells me, yes, it is, because with the office, there's a lot of network I can leverage on. Because if you look at it, the number of activities I've carried out, people have questioned, is this all from the constituency? Is this constituency projects, all of that? So I'd have come to a realization that whether I'm in the Senate or not, whether I have political power or not, I can smartly tap into my network, or by extension, my husband's network, and still carry out projects for my people.
But, I'll come to that in just a bit.
I'm trying to avoid your question because I'm not going to answer them.
So Natasha for Governor 2027 is not the focus right now. If you say senatorial election is your focus, are you thinking of the possibility that you might be up against Yahaya Bello, the former governor, in the senatorial election in Kogi State in 2027? Are you ready for that kind?
Sure. Like I said, I live for the moment. I have not even made up my mind whether I'm going to contest the senatorial elections in 2027, not to talk of the governorship as you want me to respond to. But there are strong indications that the former governor Yahaya Bello would be on the ballot on the Senate for the senatorial elections come 2027. If by any chance I make up my mind after due consultation with my family, my constituents, my political party, and I am on the ballot for the senatorial election. And ex-governor Yahaya Bello is also on the ballot. And I would say, bring it on.
You're not scared of him?
Scared of who?
Yahaya Bello.
No.
That's your nightmare, political nightmare.
It's not my nightmare. Rather, I'm his nightmare.
Really? You could be up against Yahaya Bello. It's
He
tough
was
like
a
that
sitting
politically.
governor. He wielded all the powers at his disposal against me. And yet I defeated him. As a matter of fact, I won all the 5 local governments. I just refused to challenge the results of Okene local government, which was heavily laced with rigged ballots. I don't like to be boastful, but I say I have my people at heart, and the people do have me at heart. And there's been a lot of questions that, what if PDP hasn't sorted its internal crisis? Will it be a platform of choice? I would say this. If by any chance I decide to contest and PDP hasn't resolved its crisis, I need just a month to choose a platform of choice, and I bet you my people will move with me.
You are that strong.
By the grace of God, I am connected to my people.
Let me. This is one area that I'm actually very interested in. Where do you get all the resources you use for constituency projects? I mean, is this coming from the National Assembly?
Yes, National Assembly and the federal government.
All the constituency projects. The house you built for the uncle to your children?
No.
No. Those are different.
No.
Those are your birthday.
The maternity center
Okay.
was built with funds pulled together under what I would say crowdfunding from my husband's friend when I was celebrating my 45th birthday last year. So that's not constituency projects. Also, the 6 houses that I built for my aides were from personal funds. But every other thing I did, the markets, is 2 brand new markets, the schools, the roads, the street lights, the water projects, the police stations, many others, these were all constituency projects. I actually even have many more that I put in, which unfortunately were removed from the 2025 budget out of malice.
Yeah. Who removed them?
You know who removed them?
They removed what?
80% of the projects that I lobbied into the 2025 budgets were removed. Some of them actually are still suppressed.
By who?
You know who?
I don't know. Did you remove it by yourself?
He removed it.
Who?
He removed it. He
Who is
removed many projects, and he suppressed some. And there's one which I will not let slide by because it was actually tendered on the national tender papers last year, December. 2 projects which are one, the Robotic and Artificial Intelligence Center in Federal College of Education, Okene. That was actually tendered last year, December last year. Till today, there's not been awarded because it's been suppressed. And then there's a mechatronic center also in the Technical College of Oboroke that's actually been suppressed. But I will not let these 2 die. So he actually took time and went round everywhere he found my constituency projects identified by local government. He suppressed them. The ones that scaled through are the ones that I kind of smartly coded. So there's a code I devised for some of them, so you won't know that they are for Kogi Central. Those are the ones that scaled through, and those are the ones.
But the allegations that Senator Akpabio removed your project, who told you he was the one? How did you know that he was the one who removed it? Is it fair to say such a thing?
I know what you're doing, Uncle Shim.
Who did he remove it, truly?
I said someone removed my projects.
Who is the someone?
Let me not talk.
These are projects for the people of...
Yes, and it's really unfortunate that someone will extend his vendetta to the people simply because he has issues with me. Do you know that this person actually commissioned one of his aides to call on the president to stop the 5 mini LNG projects in the Jakarta local government after the groundbreaking ceremony? But I thank God the president didn't listen. So these projects are on the way.
What prompted these people that you were building houses for? Was that something behind it? Was there a story behind it?
Okay, let's say this. Growing up, I've always been inspired by Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey's giveaway. Like, she was one of the mentors that inspired me. You know, you don't really have to have a physical mentor. You could be someone dead, alive, someone whose life story inspires you. So I've always been inspired by her actions of giving away houses, cars, and all of that. So it's a pledge I made to myself that when I become a woman of worth and value, and if I have, I will try to extend the goodwill to people around me. So it's something I actually spoke about, you know, with my team before I was even sworn in. You know how you have plans and say, you know what, if I have a chance to become this, I will do so. So the moment I actually thought of building 20. Yeah, that was the plan initially, but things got so expensive. The cost of building materials skyrocketed, and it was impossible to build that many. So I said, okay, you know what, let me just do 6 now. And I intend to do more as time goes by. And I also believe that as a leader or as an individual, growth shouldn't just be about yourself. It's very important that you extend the opportunities that God blesses you with to people around you, because I think it just makes life more enjoyable and merrier when people around you are able to celebrate little milestones, so that's it.
On a final note, Senator, looking back, would you say to any female out there that they should go into politics?
Of course. I think more women should venture into politics, not just venture, but should actually win. I think we need more women, but more intentional, competent, assertive women, not just women because we need placeholders or figureheads. No.
Is it actually truly dangerous for women to play in politics?
It's dangerous for anybody to be in politics.
Well, how difficult is it for women from your own experience?
It's more difficult for women because the game and the rules of the game are made by men and played by men mainly. So
is it choking?
It is suffocating. But when you make up your mind and you understand the nature of the terrain and you prepare yourself for it, then it's fine. And I would say I took time to understudy the nature of politics in Kogi State, which I appreciated that it's not as mild as areas like Abuja, Sokoto, Katsina, Oshun, or whatever. There's some states that are quite mild. Kogi has always had very violent elections, and I braced myself up. I had honest conversations with myself. I said, Natasha, if you are met with the most violent force, will you back out? And I made peace with my innermost self that, as long as my intentions to serve my people are genuine, and I didn't want to live my life on the sideline complaining. I wanted to be in that space, holding the pen, making the reforms, and I was ready. So, and I also had that honest conversation with my team, my constituents, who are my constituents now then was my team, that look, the road will be tough, and we already knew the odds were against us. We were the opposition. We were up against, Yahaya Bello. We were up against a society that the usage of guns and thugs were just a norm. But then I also knew that as a woman and a state that had not experienced female leadership at that level, that it was also going to be the gender bias. I also knew at the first time that I wasn't married, that they were going to pick on me, that, she wasn't married, which of course, even Onoja mentioned that, as he was a deputy governor then, and he did mention that as what would be used against me, that he said I was improper. And I also knew that I was mixed, I wasn't full Nigerian, and I know that Nigerians to an extent were kind of hypocritical. On one hand, we cheer Obama, on the other hand, we would question one's race, which was also thrown at me. And even when I got married, I also was faced with the question of, your husband is from Delta State, go contest in Delta State. You're no more from Kogi. But at each time, I had such challenges because I had braced myself innerly, so I was ready for it. But, and I would tell every woman who wants to venture in that it could be tough, but you have the strength in you.
If things don't go well in PDP, is APC an option for you? You never go back to APC?
No, I wouldn't. I was in APC briefly at the start of everything. I was in APC initially.
In this situation, everybody is going to the APC. You don't think APC is a party?
Why should I go join APC? Why?
Everybody is going there.
I don't have to follow the bandwagon. I don't have to succumb to any threats or fall for any cajolement, if there's a word like that. I have been approached. Let me be honest about it. I have been approached many times
to go to the APC.
I've been approached by people from the presidency, from even my colleagues, even as recent as yesterday. One joked about it. We're still expecting you. Would love you. Would love to have you. And I'm like, I love my space. I love my peace here. I'm okay with my party now, so I don't think I have to join the APC.